Hello, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly UK. This is me, and today it's going to be a good one. Wrestlers that should have never won the world title. For me, people who should have never won a title is for people that I feel that is not as great as the wrestlers that are in the ring already at that time. Obviously, there's some gimmicky world champions. It's really funny, but let's just kick it off. The first one is Jinder Mahal 2017 Backlash. Especially him winning the title against Randy. And then the year after at WrestleMania winning the world, pinning him for the United States Championship is just crazy to me. Jinder isn't a terrible wrestler, but he's not the best. There's a lot of wrestlers around him that is better. And we all know why. Obviously he won the world title. The WWE wanted to get into the Indian culture market. Obviously India's got like millions and billions of population of people to watch WWE, so it would help everything. But that's probably the only political reason why Jinder Mahal won a title. He is a good wrestler, don't get me wrong, but he's not a world championship wrestler. So that's just my thoughts on that one. Next up, we have the Great Khali 2007 SmackDown. Again, this is the same as the previous comment on Jinder. They were trying to get involved. I understand they needed a new monster at the time as well, and obviously with the feuds with Kane and The Undertaker, even Batista at the time were they're a spectacle to see, but not to watch. The matches were clunky, slow. I don't understand why he won the world title. Maybe it is the same reason as Jinder, I don't know. But for me, the Great Khali probably should never won the title. Especially seeing his career after as well. It was a really comedy, gimmicky, not great to watch on TV. I made you chuckle a little bit, but it wasn't the best. That's all I've got to say with Great Khali. Next up, Vince Kennedy McMahon. This one, obviously, he won the title on the SmackDown 1999. Obviously, it was just a wind Stone Cold up, but it's pointless. We all moan, why did WCW give David Arquette the title? We all moan why WCW gave Vince Russo the title. We all moan all of this stuff, so why shouldn't we moan the WWF's owner has the world title, you know what I mean? We all should moan, he's stupid, he's not a wrestler. Obviously it was purely story-based reason why they did that, and for me it wasn't necessary. Obviously Stone Cold, he had heat anyway. With the McMahons, he didn't have to add more. It was already there. So I think it was a pointless title run, which was not very long, obviously. But there's other wrestlers at the time that deserved maybe a title match. Like, if you think about that time, 1999, obviously we had Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, all running the show, Undertaker as well. But there's lesser wrestlers there that still have never won the world title, like, say, like the Big Boss Man. He was a great wrestler. He was good. He should have possibly. You can throw him in the match because he was in the Ministry of Darkness at the same time as well. So why didn't they just, instead of giving it to Vince, give it to one of the guys from there? Give it to Undertaker. Give it to Midian. I don't know, whoever. Just didn't make sense to me. Next up we have these are right. So a lot of people are going to be pissed off or confused or angry why I've chose these two guys next up, because there's going to be two. The last two are pretty controversial, I think, for other people, but for me, they should never have won a title at that time in their career. First one is Sycho Sid. Sycho Sid won the World Championship at Survivor Series 1996, and he also won it on Raw 1997. For me, Sycho Sid is one of the most overrated gimmicks / wrestlers in, not the history of wrestling, but he's not as good as people think he is. He's very clunky, very slow. I obviously understand why WWE used him as a gimmick. Like, obviously, the crazy man, it was something different at the time. So they gave him the title. But for me, I like wrestling. I like to see good wrestlers. I like to see great wrestlers. And for me, there was other people, obviously, at the time. Same with every other on this list. There's other people that could have won the title instead. For me, Sycho, don't get me wrong, like, the guy's like to watch, and his persona is cool, it's menacing, it's nice, but he's more of a scare gimmick like Kane. I know obviously Kane's won a world title a couple times, but Kane doesn't need the world title. Sid probably didn't need it either, because he has that gimmick where people have to be scared of him, and like, he's psycho. So those kind of wrestlers, I don't like. Even if we're talking about other people like Bray Wyatt and there's the Fiend doesn't need the world title. The Fiend has the gimmick. So with Sid, I don't think he needed the title. I think they pushed it on him for some reason. Obviously it didn't work because he lost it twice pretty quick. So I don't know why, but that's the reasons why I think Sid should not have been a world champion. The final one, right? So this, obviously a lot of people are going to be annoyed with me, because a lot of people are fans. Like, I am a fan back in the day, like in WCW term, but giving the Universal title to Goldberg at Fastlane 2017 against Kevin Owens was stupid. It made the WrestleMania match, I understand, but for me, it's Kevin Owens was a great champion at the time. He fought well for the title. He had great, and the match I'm talking about, like, obviously the instance of him winning the world title isn't great, but how rubbish the whole match was and how slow and clunky it was, because obviously Goldberg can't do what he used to do. It's so stupid to me, and I think Kevin Owens deserved a lot better than that. But then, not after just giving him that title, they then destroyed the Bray Wyatt's character as well at Super Showdown 2020, and that was to set up a match with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And guess what? That match didn't even happen. It was Braun Strowman that beat him for the world title at the Universal title at WrestleMania. So both instances were pointless for me. Obviously, the 2017 was just so Brock could win the title back at WrestleMania. So all of these title changes are just, to be fair, if you think about it, so Goldberg is a transitional champion as well as a lot of people, so it's ridiculous. So for me, those both title reigns were useless and pointless. I think you broke down Bray Wyatt's character, The Fiend, again, obviously after the stupid Hell in a Cell match. So, and Kevin Owens hasn't been the same since. So this was wrestlers that should have never won the world title in WWE. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and come back soon for more Pro Wrestling Weekly UK video content. Peace.